video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful, clean and simple card with a lot of detail still on there using the JND377 Michaelmas edges. I've also added one of the stitch flowers and the shadow leaves on there, but just working in this beautiful coconut white and this Pacific blue craft artist card, we get something that's really nice and clean. And again, you could add a little sentiment on there, or you could do, as I've done here, add a sentiment stamped down the side. But it's really easy to make, and we're going to go through and make this card. So we're going to start with the Michaelmas daisy edges, which is JND377. You'll notice these are matched completely to the Michaelmas frame and the Moroccan frame, so the patterns are the same running through. So you get these two beautiful lines here, which just give you sort of a treble stitched detail through there. One that cuts out beautiful sort of Michaelmas daisies, a miniature version, one that gives you all of the detail of the squares with the stitch, and then one that just gives you the plain squares. There's lots and lots of samples on the group and on the Facebook pages using these. So we're going to get started, and what I've done is I've cut a piece of coconut white card down to 5 by 7 inches, and I've taken a piece of the Pacific blue craft artist card, and I've cut this to 7 by 2 inches wide. So we're going to start with that piece, and on this one we're going to use the beautiful edge, and I find it really easy to line it up by using the grid lines on my mat. So here I'm going to put this just sort of 1/2 inch in. So I'm putting that one down, making sure it overhangs each edge. Each die is slightly larger than 7 inches, so it fits perfectly on a 7-inch strip. I'm then going to take just one of the stitch details and put that next to it. Again, keeping 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch on that side. That means I've got enough room for foam tape, and I don't have to worry about anything showing through. So we simply tape those down, make sure we're happy and secure, and we run that through our die cutting machine. And that will give us this piece here. So we get the beautiful detail and we get the edge. If I put that against my white, you can see there, we get that white popping through absolutely beautifully. But what I want to do is to echo that pattern onto the next piece. So I'm going to take the dies I cut the first strip with, and I'm just going to move that on again using the lines on my desk. I'm going to move that on so that again I'm lining it up to 2 lines, tape that down, and we're simply going to run that through and cut it. That way we keep it beautifully straight, and we run that through and cut that, and that gives us this beautiful piece just here, again with the detail. And when we pop our other piece on, you can see now we're sort of crossing over colours. So I'm just going to take a piece of card that I've cut already here, and this one has been cut to just 1 inch wide, and again by 7 inches to fit perfectly behind there. So to secure this, I'm just going to use a little bit of glue glaze, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue glaze on a few areas. This is a lot easier if you're not into your spray glue. You can use your spray glue, but if you do, you're going to make the whole of the back very, very sticky. And that's something you don't want to do. So using the glue glaze means that I can get that in and stuck down without making the rest of the back sticky. And we get that beautiful colour swatch of that Pacific blue just running down there. So next I'm going to take the piece that I've cut, and I'm simply going to use a little bit of foam tape. I'm using 2mm foam tape, which seems to be my absolute favourite, as it doesn't make things too deep. So by leaving that 1/2 inch on each side, we've left enough space to make sure the foam tape fits and doesn't show through the front. Just like that. And I'm just going to reveal my foam tape and then take my piece and put that exactly onto this edge. So you can see now we've got that beautiful mix of the two pieces. And I've got a card blank here that I've cut with a top fold, and this has been cut to 5.5 by 7.5, just to give a nice little border around it. And again, to make sure I get that definition, foam tape using around all 4 edges, nice and simple. And this is a great way to make a sort of almost a detailed yet clean and simple card. If you really worry about clean space, these lines and edges are a great way to sort of fill up that blank space without making everything look too fussy. So foam tape around all of those. And we're just going to take those off. Nice and simple. And we'll pop that onto our card blank, giving ourselves a nice border of 1/4 inch all the way around. I'm simply then going to decorate this. I've got one of the stitched flowers and some of the shadow leaves. So this is the shadow leaves from the Shadow Leaves die set. You can see here. And I'm just simply going to again take a little bit of glue glaze as I find this an easier way to glue my foliage on. It makes sure it's completely stuck, but I don't have to worry about bits of glue showing on the front. So I'm simply going to put that glue on, and we're going to come from this side and work that across the different levels, making sure that's nicely stuck down. And then going to take my flower, and this time I'm actually going to use, because it's quite a larger flower, this is the largest flower from the stitched flower, a little bit of our Craft Artist Super Tacky glue, and we'll pop our flower on. And to see how the flower is made up, you just need to watch the stitch flower video. Then here I have a couple of extra little pieces of leaf that come with the set. So you don't have to use a full set of leaves every time. Sometimes you don't want a really full leaf sort of foliage spread, but now I can just simply tuck those in. So we'll go just from there, so we keep that colour coming, and we'll have a little set. We have, yeah, we'll have a little more coming from there. So nice and clean and simple card, just made using the JND377 Michaelmas edges, along with the stitch flower and the shadow leaves. For more ideas, hints, tips and inspiration, why not visit the Crafting with John next door and Crafts 2 group on Facebook. Enjoy.